Good afternoon, students. So in the yesterday's class, we saw one of the network technique, that is critical path method. In that, we constructed the network, then identified the critical path, and we calculated different floats. So different floats, as you know, one of them is total float, then free float, independent float, and interfering floats. So the same method is applicable to one more network technique, that is called as PERT, that is PERT. So it is project evaluation review technique. So almost the procedure remains same in calculating the critical path. The only difference is that critical path method is based on only one single time estimate, but PERT is mainly based on 3 time estimates. So those 3 time estimates, I'll just explain what are those. So basically, if I want to differentiate CPM and PERT, so there is this one difference is that CPM is based on single time estimate and PERT is based on 3 time estimates. At the same time, PERT is probabilistic in nature, that is, it can identify the different schedules in terms of probability by making use of normal distribution chart, but in CPM we are not using any normal distribution chart to calculate the probability of completing any project. So as I said, project is nothing but it is a set of activities which are interrelated to each other. So when in CPM each activity is based with respect to its duration, and that duration is only one time estimate. But in the case of PERT, if I say activity 1 to 2, then it is based on 3 time estimates. So 3 time estimates are T0, TE and TP, where T0 is optimistic time estimate, TE is expected time estimate, and TP is pessimistic time estimate. In the case of in the case of CPM, these 3 were replaced by one single time estimate, that is having only one time duration for each activities. But in the case of PERT, we need to make use of these 3 time estimates. So basically, what is the meaning of optimistic time estimate? So optimistic time estimate is nothing but it is the shortest possible time required for the completion of an activity. That means whatever duration of the activity is given, that would be completed well within that particular duration. That means we are very optimistic to complete this activity within the given stipulated time. So there will be no provisions are made for delays or setbacks. And then the pessimistic time estimate TP, it is the maximum possible time that particular activity will take. So there will be major setbacks, that is something goes wrong, then the duration to complete such activities will be more as compared to the given duration of that particular activity. So the exception is the earthquakes, then floods, storms, labor troubles. So these exceptions are not taken into consideration in this particular pessimistic time estimate. Then the third is most likely time estimate, or we call it as the TM, the most likely time estimate, that is TM. So this is the modal time estimate which does not consider any negative effect or any setbacks So it will just undergo with respect to normal conditions. That means whatever time it is given, that within that stipulated time the activity will be completed. That is the time an activity will take if executed under normal conditions. It is a modal value and it is assumed that the situation is normal with usual setbacks or lapses. So by using all these time estimates, we'll be converting these three time estimates into a single time estimate by using one relation, and this is called as expected time estimate. That is TE is equals to, it is given by the relation TE is equals to T naught plus 4 Tm plus Tp, that is T naught plus 4 Tm plus Tp divided by 6. Sometimes it is also given by the letter mu because it is a mean of all these three time estimates. So this formula you need to remember, that is T naught plus 4 Tm plus Tp by 6. So here, as I said, the PERT network is a probabilistic in nature, hence we always calculate the normal distribution. By making use of normal distribution, we will be calculating the probability of completion of the project within the given schedule or after the schedule or before the schedule. So that conclusion we can make by calculating the probability of completion. At the same time, to calculate the probability of completion, we should know the variance of that particular project. Similarly, the standard deviation, and it is given by the formula variance is equals to sigma square is equals to T naught minus Tp, Tp minus T naught divided by 6 the whole square, or sigma will be Tp minus T naught upon 6. So these are the relations that we are going to make use of to calculate the standard deviation and the variance. So after identifying the critical path, we will be calculating the value of the variance for that critical path. Similarly, we will be calculating the variance and standard deviation for that critical path. So at the same time, in the question they may ask what is the probability of completing the project, say by n days. So for calculating that particular probability of completing, say by n days, we need to make use of normal distribution chart, where we can write the standard natural variate Z is equals to, that is standard normal variate Z is equals to T minus TCP divided by sigma, where TCP is the time or duration of critical path and T is the time at which we need to determine the probability of completing the project, and sigma is the standard deviation of critical path. So basically, you should know TCP and sigma, and this will be given in the problem, and after substituting you will get Z value, and by referring the normal distribution chart, so this is allowed in the exam, you can use normal distribution chart. You need to calculate Z value, and then from the normal distribution chart you can identify the probability of completing that project to the given time estimate or to the given schedule. So you'll understand what exactly are these formulas are based on and how it is useful in calculating the probability of completion. So this we will understand by solving a numerical. So now I'll take one numerical, simplest of the numerical, so that you'll understand what is exactly the PERT network and PERT probability of completion. Sorry for the interruption. So because of mic trouble, I think some part of whatever I have explained may not be audible to you. Again, I'll explain this particular part. So as I told, by making use of these three time estimates, we'll be calculating the expected time estimate by using this relation, that is T0 plus 4Tm plus Tp by 6, and by making use of one more relation, we will be calculating the variance or the variance and standard deviation of the given PERT network. So these values are important because we need to make use of those values in calculating the probability of completion of the project by making use of normal distribution chart. So for making use of normal distribution chart, you should know the standard normal variate, which is given by Z is equals to T minus TCP by sigma, where TCP is the time duration or the project duration of the critical path, and T is the time at which you need to calculate the probability of completion of the project, and sigma is the standard deviation of the critical path. So after knowing all these initial introduction and fundamentals about the PERT network, we will directly take one numerical, and then you'll understand how to calculate the probability of completion of the project. So now I'll take one example and I'll explain. So I'll take simplest of the example to start with so that you will understand very easily. So already network is given. So but in the exam they are not going to give you the network. You need to draw the network and then you need to get the critical path. So what they have asked, consider the following network given. The 3 time estimates, the expected activity durations and variances are given, and the earliest expected times and the latest allowable occurrences times are computed and put along the nodes. What is the probability of completing the project in 12 days? So they are asked to find probability of completion in first 12 days, then second 14 days, and third 10 days. So the network and 3 time estimates are given as below. So it is a ready-made problem. They are given everything. We need to just calculate the probability of completion. So for that purpose, I have taken this example. How to use the normal distribution chart. So that So I'll just explain what exactly this problem is. So they are given this network. They are given all the 3 time estimates, that is optimistic, then mean time, and then pessimistic time. That is T0, Tm, and Tp. So all these 3 time estimates are given, and they are calculated. That is T expected time estimate by using the formula T0 plus 4Tm plus Tp divided by 6. So all these calculations they have made, even they have calculated sigma square, that is variance, by using the formula Yes, Tp minus T naught divided by 6 the whole square. So all these calculations they have already done. Now by making use of this, I need to calculate this Z value and then probability of completion from the normal distribution chart. So I'll take this first unknown at 12 days. What is the probability of completion? So now I'll calculate Z value. Z value, I should know first TCP and sigma of the critical path. So what is TCP of the critical path? Just see here, TCP of the critical path. Now for calculating total time duration of the critical path, you should consider the time duration T for all the activities which are lying on the critical path. So which are the activities? They are part of the critical path: 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 5, 5 to 6. So what is the total duration I can get? Plus 4 plus 3 plus 3. So how much is the duration? 6, 2 plus 4, 6 plus 3, 9, 9 plus 3, 12 days. Correct? 12 days. And I need to calculate because I need sigma also in that Z formula. Sigma will be square root of sigma square of 1 to 2 because we are adding standard deviation of the activities which are part of critical path. So sigma square of 1 to 2 plus sigma square of 2 to 3 plus sigma square of 3 to 5 plus sigma square of 5 to 6. So I am calculating sigma. So sigma square will be without square root. If I want to calculate sigma, this will be square root of all these. So what I will get? Square root of, what is the sigma square of this? So it is 1 by 9 plus 1 plus 16 by 9 plus 1 by 9. So I'll get, what I'll get? 17, 18 by 9, that is 2. So square root of 3, correct? Just see here, 1 plus 16 is 17, 17 plus 1 is 18. 18 by 9 is 2, 2 plus 1 is 3. So square root of 3. Now I'll calculate standard, I'll calculate normal variate Z is equals to T minus TCP divided by sigma of Cp. So what is T they are given? 12. TCP is 12 and this is square root of 3. This is 0. So at Z is equals to 0, what is the probability of completion? That you can find by making use of normal distribution chart, which is given at the back of this book, that is Hira and Gupta. So you can see there are given. So So from normal distribution chart, at z is equals to 0, probability of z is equals to 0.500 or it is 50%, or it is 50%. 0.5 means how much? 50%. So this z of 0 you have calculated from the normal distribution chart. So this you can apply again for 14 days. So now t is equals to 14 days. So what is the probability of completion? Now these two values will not change. TCP and sigma Cp will remain same because it is the critical path standard deviation and total duration that is required to complete a project. It is nothing but the duration of the critical path. So at t is equals to 14, what is the z value? So 14 minus 12 divided by square root of 3. So just so it is 1.16. Now again I will refer the chart. So you can see here z is equals to 1.16. So 1.16 1.05 yeah, here it is 1.16, it is 0.8770, that is P of z is equals to 0.8770. So this is from normal distribution chart. So therefore probability of completing the project of completion is 87.7%. 87.7%. Similarly, I can calculate probability of completion at 10 days. So shall I erase this part? Okay. Third part, at t is equals to 10 days. So what I'll get, z is equals to 10 minus what is TCP, 12 divided by root 3, it is minus 2 by root 3. So I'll get the value as minus 1.16, minus 1.16. Now for calculating the corresponding probability at negative value, first find out z of 1.16. So that is nothing but we have calculated at the earlier step because it is same value. It is 0.8770. So therefore Z of minus 1.16 will be 1 minus 0.8770, and this will be 12.33%. 12.3%. So this will be actually, this will be 0.123, or in percentage if I want to write, it is 12.3%. Hope you understood how to calculate the negative value probability from normal distribution chart. So this is one of the simplest example I took. Now I will take one more example where you need to construct the network, then you need to find the critical path, then you need to find the total project duration, then find out the standard deviation of the critical path by calculating variance or whatever it is. Then by using standard normal variate relation, you calculate the Z value and calculate the probability at that particular point. So we will take one more example. Okay, I will take one more example. Okay, so I'll take one more example. So activity, then optimistic time, that is T naught, then most likely time, Tm, and pessimistic time, Tp. So first activity is 1 to 2, 1 to 2, times are given as 1, 4, 7. So these values are in days. The next is 1 to 3, activity 1 to 3, then 2 to 4, then 2 to 6, 3 to 4, 3 to 5, 4 to 5, and 5 to 6. Okay, I'll write all the time estimates now. 5, 10, 17, 3, 3, 3, 1, 4, 7, 8, 15, 26, 2, 4, 8, 5, 5, 5, 5, 2, 5, 8. So first part, draw the network and calculate project duration. And second part, what is the probability that it would take five days more than the expected duration. That means whatever time you calculate, that is for the project duration, that is time required to complete this particular project, then they have asked to calculate the probability which should be more than the 5 days of the actual value what you have calculated. So first we will construct the network and then we will find the critical path. So just see here, 1 to 2, 1 to 2, then 1 to 3, 1 to 3, 2 to 4, 2 to 4, 2 to 6, correct? Then 3 to 4, then 3 to 5, 3 to 5, 4 to 5, 4 to 5. So this I'll take with here, and 5 to 6. So this is the network. 1 to 2, 2 to 4. Now I'll calculate first T. So here I'll make a table, activity, then T naught, Tm, Tp, Te is equals to T naught plus 4 Tm plus Tp divided by 6, correct? Then sigma square is equals to Tp minus T naught divided by 6 the whole square. So this I need, this Te I need to find out the critical path, that is E and L values and then critical path. So first I'll write all the activities 1 to 2, 1 to 3, 2 to 4, 2 to 6, 3 to 4, 3 to 5, 4 to 5 and 5 to 6. Then I'll write there 3 time estimates, that is optimistic, then most likely and pessimistic time estimates. I'll write it in this table and then I'll calculate the mean time by using the relation T naught plus 4 Tm plus Tp divided by 6. So 1, 4, 7, 5, 10, 17, 3, 3, 3, 1, 4, 7, 8, 15, 26, 2, 4, 8, then 5, 5, 5 and 2, 5, 8. I'll substitute these values in this equation. So T naught plus 4 Tm, T naught is 1, 4 4s are 16, 16 plus 4 17, 17 plus 7, 24, 24 divided by 6 is 4. Then this is 5 plus 10 times, 4 times 10, 40, 45 plus 17. Yes, 45 plus 17, 62, correct? (62) divided by 6. So I'll make it a round figure. Instead of 17, I'll make it as 15. Okay, so it will be easy to calculate. So how much I'll get? 5 plus 40, that is 45. 45 plus 15, 60. So this will be 10. Then 3 plus 3 4 is 12. 15 plus 3, 18. This will be 3. Then 147 we have calculated, so it will be same. So this will be 8 plus 60, 68 plus 26. 68 plus 26. So 70, 94, right? So 94 means 94 divided by 6. 6 1s are 6. So 8 plus 60, 68. 68 plus 26, 94. So I'll take this as 28. So it will be a round figure. So what I'll get? Correct. So 16 I'll get. So this I'll change it to 28. And 2, 4, 8. So 2 plus 16, 16 plus 8, 24. This will be 4. Then 5, 5, 5. So 5 plus 20, 25 plus 5. So again 31. This I'll make it is 4. So 5 plus 5 4s are 20, 25 plus sorry, 5 plus 5 4 is 20, 25 plus 5, 30, 30 divided by 6 is 5, 2 plus 5 4 is 20, 22 plus 8, 30, so this will be again 5. So I calculated TE for all. I'll write those TE here. So 1 to 2 is how much? 4. 1 to 2 is 4. 1 to 3, 10. Then 2 to 4, 3. 2 to 6, 4. Then 3 to 4, 16. Then 3 to 5, 4. 4 to 5, 5. And 5 to 6, 5. Then I'll calculate E's and L. So to start with, E is equals to 0. So for this, E will be 0 plus 4, 4. Then for this, E will be 0 plus 10, 10. So for this, E will be 4 plus 3, 7. But highest is 10 plus 16, that is 26. Then for this, E will be 26 plus 5, which is the highest. 26 plus 5 is the highest. This will be 31. And for this, E will be 31 plus 5, 36. So duration is 36. So again, I'll start with L is equals to 36. So this will be L is equals to 31. Then here L is equals to 31 minus 5. How much? 26. Then here L is equals to, now there are two arrows, so be careful. So one is 26 minus 16, that is 10. And another is 31 minus 4. So which is the less? Then here L is equals to 36 minus 4. How much? 32. And one more, 26 minus 3, 23. And here L will be 0. So identify wherever E is equals to L. So E is equals to L is here, then here, then here, and finally the end. So what is the critical path I have got? Critical path is equals to 1 to 3, 3 to 4, 4 to 5, 5 to 6, and project duration is TCP is equals to how much? 10 plus 16 plus 5 plus 5. So this will be 36 days. So this is my TCP. Now I'll calculate sigma square for each of these activities. So here TP minus T naught divided by 6. TP is 7 minus 1, 6, 6 by 6, 1. Then TP minus T naught, that is 15 minus 5 is 10. 10 divided by 6. 10 divided by 6. Yes. 5 by 2. 5 by 3. So it is 25 by 9. Then here 3 minus 3, so this will be 0. This will be 0. Then 7 minus 1, that is 6. 6 divided by 6, 1. So 28 minus 8 is 20. 20 divided by 6, that is 10 by 3. So it is 100 by 9. 100 by 9. This is 8 minus 2 is 6. 6 divided by 6 is 1. So this is 1. Then 5 minus 5, again it is 0. And here 8 minus 2 is 6. 6 divided by 6, the whole square, 1. Okay. So now I'll erase this. So by using those standard deviations or the variance, I'll calculate standard deviation for critical path. So this will be sigma Cp. So this will be square root of, because we are calculating sigma. So I have sigma square. So if I take square root, I'll get sigma value. So what is the critical path? 1 to 3. 1 to 3, what is the value? 25 by 9. Then 3 to 4, it is 100 by 9. So plus 100 by 9 plus, then 4 to 5. 4 to 5 is 0 plus 1. Correct? So what I'll get? 25, 125 by 9 plus 1. So this will be 9 plus 5, 134 by 9 under square root. So this value will be, I'll just calculate and let you know. The square root of square root of 134 divided by 9. So it is 3.86. 3.86. Okay, so I know the sigma Cp. Now I can calculate standard, that is normal, the standard normal variate, and I'll calculate Z value. So they have asked, what is the probability to complete this project 5 days more than the expected? That means, what is the actual time I have got? 36 days. So if I add it here, 36 plus 5, that will be 41. So probability of completion at t is equals to, that is 36 plus 5, that is 41 days. That I need to calculate. Therefore, Z is equals to T minus TCP upon sigma Cp. So T is how much? 41 minus 36 divided by 3.86. So this will be 5 divided by 3.86. How much I'll get? Five divided by 3.86. So it is 1.29. 1.29. So from normal distribution chart, I'll just write Z of 1.29. It is 0.9015. I'll erase this. So from normal distribution chart, Z of 1.29 is 0.9015, or probability is equals to 90.15%. So this is the way we need to calculate the probability of completion. So today we'll stop here, and in the next class I'll take one more example where there will be n number of time schedules given for which I need to calculate the probability of completion. Hope you understood this.